This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
Hold on. There, now I'm not muted. I said, hey, y'all, it's good to see you for like the third time today. We went live on Allegedly Crama to talk about some things this morning. And then, y'all, I came live and I was planning on going live, right? And then as I'm getting ready to go live, I get text me. I want y'all to listen to this. Mr. Speculating said, pick me up at 2 today, 3 if you have to. I know you were going live. I will wait, baby, but I will be off at 2. And I said, do you get off at 2? And he was like, yeah, but I will wait till 3 if you want, because I know you have to do the live. He was going to sit in a cold ass shop during a storm to wait for me to go live. And I was like, baby, I will come and get you. It's okay. We'll reschedule the live. So that's why we had to reschedule. He is home. The littles are home. Everybody's home. We have food. We have water. We have a generator. We have a fireplace. So we're good. I hope you all are. It is getting cold. No, I just come on, played half of the intro and was like, hey, I got to go. And I deleted it. And I was like, we'll start this stream over, because I didn't even get to talk about anything. I just played the intro song. And I think part of the missing kids, and said, I got to go pick Mr. Speculating up. So that's all that happened. I hope y'all are trying to stay warm. I know. I was like, baby, I will come and get you. It's okay. Cindy from sunny South Florida, it's good to see you. Hey, Karen, good afternoon. I know, you're so sweet. Hannah, good to see you, my love. Anders said, I remember the first time I went to service in church. Do you? That's amazing. It's good to see you. Cara, good to see you. You waiting for your Walmart pickup order? I went to Walmart this morning and at like 6 o'clock, because I have to take Mr. Speculating to work early, and it was packed at like 6 o'clock. I got some bread and some stuff to like make food, like, the sides and stuff for dinners for like the next several days, so that if we do get snowed in, we'll be all right. Mr. Speculating, I went and picked him up in the Jeep, and he was like, we're going out after it snows. I was like, the hell we are. I'm not fucking my Jeep up. He was like, we'll take my truck. We're going out in the snow. I was like, the hell we are. So we got to use the 4-wheel drive. Roberta, good to see you. I'm waiting at the high school for my son, and it's cold out here. I'm so sorry. I know it is. Mine just got off the bus from high school like a couple of minutes before I came live. I'm sorry you're out there. And I'm sorry you're out there in that, Roberta. And damn, I'm so sorry. Lord, it is very cold. Like, I don't even want to go out to smoke a cigarette, y'all. You went to Winco at 4:30? Oh my goodness. I'm getting a new roof. Work starts Monday. Insurance, we're told, DEFCON 4. If it's not fixed, the ceiling will fall in. Oh my God, Hannah. Are you going to be okay? That's not good. Gracious in the morning. Rhonda, good to see you, love. Victoria, good to see you. Michael Green, Chili Chicken, good to see you. Shelby, good to see you, my love. Darzella, it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Michelle, good to see you. Rubber, good to see you. Heathen, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a minute. Vicky, I haven't seen you in a minute. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Miss King of Anything. Good to see you. Good to see you. West Side Crime Show, it's good to see you. Lori Ann, good to see you. If you guys are not here anymore, I hope that you do come back. And Jenny Jen, A1 from day one, good to see y'all. Good to see you. Kat, good to see you. Aaron Spencer case has been pushed back to next Thursday because of weather. I wrote that down. Let's look into that real quick. I do need to tell y'all something before we move on about David. Now, we covered this case. Hio covered it first. We covered it. Mark took over uncovering it because he was in the area. But I did just get some information that David's friend has been arrested. However, it's not exactly what you think. So David's friend was just arrested a few hours ago. His name is Neo Langston. But he was arrested for failure to appear as a witness. So Neo Langston, a friend of David, was arrested for failing to appear as a witness in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez homicide case. He was booked into a Montana jail on a warrant issued by LA authorities. Neo is currently held without bond, and there's speculation that David could face homicide charges in connection with the case. The situation is developing, and further developments are expected as the investigation continues. So, he was arrested for failure to appear and is being held without bond because he didn't show up for court as a witness in the case. So there he is, smiling. Hio told me that TMZ broke the case. So as of 1:56 p.m. Pacific time, cops in Helena, Montana confirmed they were assisting LAPD's robbery homicide division when they busted Neo. As we reported, robbery homicide is also leading the David investigation. While David remains in the crosshairs of the investigation of the investigators probing the Celeste Rivas homicide, one of his friends, a famous streamer, is also in trouble now. David's friend, Neo Langston, was booked into a Montana jail on Thursday on a warrant, according to online records. But again, that warrant is for failure to appear. Of course, he's going to be held without bond because he didn't appear. Oh my God, I about choked. Excuse me. I got choked. A representative for Lewis and Clark County Jail, where Neo is locked up, tells TMZ there was an out-of-jurisdiction warrant from Los Angeles for failure to appear as a witness. He's currently held without bond. Again, I reiterate 5 times. Oh, sorry. Y'all can't even see it. I reiterate about 5 or 6 times that he's being held without bond because he failed to appear for court. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry. She was 14. Cindy said, y'all keep safe and warm. South Florida won't be cold until next Friday. How cold is it supposed to get? Oh, really? Mark broke the case and then TMZ was about 90 minutes later? I didn't know that. Wow. Mark doing big things over there. Scratch Paint, good to see you. Ever Love Me, good to see you. Mark doing big things over there. Y'all know who Mark is. If anybody's not subscribed, let me know. I'll drop his link. Also, Hio is here. If you guys have not subscribed to her, please do so as well. So this is Neo, and then here is the two. Allegedly, he's a streamer. It says that's interesting because we know there's been a grand jury convened since at least November in the Celeste homicide case, and multiple witnesses have already testified. Our sources have told us David is likely to be charged with her homicide. It is unclear 23-year-old Neo was being called as a witness in the Rivas case, but his connection to David can't be ignored. It's documented on social media that David and Neo are friends and hang out. We broke the story last month. David's day-to-day manager, Robert, testified for days. A TMZ reporter heard him tell his lawyer in the courtroom hallway prosecutor Beth Silverman was, quote, very pushy, unquote, as to why he didn't call the police. Robert, the manager, said he responded by saying it wasn't his responsibility and his job to make sure David's tour, and it was his job to make sure the tour kept going. There was also talk in the courtroom hallway. The grand jury could hear more witnesses in 2026. Very interesting. In South Florida, cold is in the 40s. Yes, I know that it's not cold to others, but it's freezing to me. Well, you moved to Florida because it's warmer temperatures, right? That's so interesting. I didn't know that David broke the case. All right. So let's look up Aaron Spencer real quick so we can get an idea on that and I can see how far away that is. So we've got one from the Arkansas. See, I don't have my state ID yet, so I haven't been able to pull anything because it cost money to get the ID that I don't have at the moment for that because we've got, a lot of things going on. But I would love to pull on this, but I have to have my ID. So this reads, Arkansas Supreme Court removes judge presiding over Aaron Spencer's homicide case. And there they are. The Arkansas Supreme Court on Friday afternoon removed the judge presiding over Aaron Spencer's homicide. Except Friday. Wait a minute. It says this was, oh yeah, today is Friday. It was an hour and 3 minutes ago. The Arkansas Supreme Court on Friday removed the judge presiding over Aaron Spencer's homicide case in Lonoke County. Write that down. Granting a petition Spencer's attorney filed last week that said the judge's actions threatened Spencer's rights. Spencer's trial, which Judge Barbara Elmore of the 23rd Judicial Circuit on Friday morning delayed to February 2nd because of approaching winter storms, is on hold now until the Supreme Court appoints a special judge to replace Elmore, the order states. Elmore rejected a request from Spencer's attorney to recuse on Thursday. A response from an assistant attorney general had asked the Supreme Court not to grant the petition, stating that he could always appeal the outcome of the case and rejecting Spencer's claim that his rights had been violated. The order doesn't elaborate on the court's reasoning, only noting that Chief Justice Karen Baker and Associate Justices Courtney Hudson and Rhonda Wood would not have granted Spencer's request to remove Elmore and overturn her January 13th order limiting attendance at the trial and barring recording devices from the courtroom. So I don't know if I would be able to get in there. I would love to, though. But they're already limiting attendance. I might can pull files afterwards, though. Spencer's petition, filed late January 16th, with a request for emergency consideration, argued that Elmore's restrictions on attendance, only 55 people, including attorneys and family members, were to be permitted in the courtroom, amounted to closing the trial to the public, infringing on Spencer's right to a free public trial, right to a public trial, not free. Elmore justified her order by noting the small size of the courtroom, saying the limit on attendance was necessary to preserve security and decorum. Earlier this week, Elmore wrote that the court has received threats over the case, but she hasn't detailed those. In a Friday post on Facebook, Spencer's wife, Heather, reposted a scan of the Supreme Court's order. Quote, "I'm just so thankful right now." Aaron Spencer, 37, is charged with second-degree homicide in the October 8, 2024 killing of Michael Folser. Spencer encountered Folser early that morning while searching for his daughter, who was then 14, and found her in Folser's truck. Spencer rammed the truck off the road before shooting Folser, who Spencer said lunged at him with something in his hand. Folser was free on bond at the time of his death, awaiting trial on numerous counts of sex crimes against children. And the defense team has said Spencer's daughter was the victim of those offenses, which led to Folser's July 24, 2024 arrest. So this motherfucker was out on bond for messing with this child, it somehow got bond, leaves from being bonded out sometime shortly thereafter, and goes and picks up the same child. And you expect that this father is not going to have the reaction he did. I don't, UA Crimson Tide, good to see you. Stopping in to show support, about to get ready and go to work for a bit. You be safe out there, girl. Them storms are coming. It's going to be bad. I'm not going to lie. I mean, okay, this motherfucker goes to jail. I've told the police, hey, this man has hurt my child. This man is hurting my daughter. Okay, he's groomed her or whatever. For whatever reason, the child is there, whatever, okay? Then he goes to jail on these crimes against this victim. And then he finds his daughter, who's run away again, more than likely, in the vehicle with the man who's on bond for the crimes he committed against my daughter. I mean, I've went to the police. I've done what I'm supposed to do as a citizen. He's out on bond and he's with my child again. I don't know what you expect me to do as a parent other than what happened, which is shoot that motherfucker. I'm on the side of this person. It reads, Folser was free on bond at the time of his death, awaiting trial on numerous counts. I read this, but we'll read it again. awaiting trial on numerous counts of sex crimes against children, and the defense team has said Spencer's daughter was the victim of those offenses, which led to Fulser's July 2024 arrest. Spencer's defense team is arguing that the shooting was an act of self-defense and that Fulser posed a grave threat to Spencer and his daughter. I agree. On Friday afternoon, Erin Casanelli, Spencer's lead attorney, said she was grateful and relieved to get the Supreme Court's order. Quote, I hate it had to come to that, but I'm glad they intervened because this is just not a situation that needs to have a dark cloud of suspicion and secrecy around it, unquote, Casanelli said. Spencer's petition also referenced the Supreme Court's May 2025 order lifting a gag order that Elmore placed on the case in December of 2024. The court ruled that the gag order was overly broad and infringed on Spencer's constitutional rights and cautioned Elmore to use discretion in limiting the coverage of the case going forward. In that May decision, Associate Justice Nicholas Bernoni wrote that he supported replacing Elmore on the case in addition to overturning the gag order. Associate Justices Sean Womack and Cody Hilland concurred. So she's been doing some questionable shit from the beginning. She's been trying to keep people quiet and not letting people in the courtroom to make sure that this trial is handled like it's supposed to be handled. Yeah, I would be seeking the Supreme Court's help in this as well. And I can understand 100% why they did that. Because we, as the public, have a right to see it and a right to be there. And this woman's doing some shady shit, it seems like. Erin and Heather Spencer were present at the hearing Friday morning, in which Elmore delayed the trial. The hearing was scheduled for Elmore to weigh testimony from one of the defense team's expert witnesses, whose expertise Elmore in December rejected as irrelevant to the trial. Wait a minute. The hearing was scheduled for Elmore to weigh testimony from one of the defense team's expert witnesses. And then she is dismissing it as irrelevant to the trial. The defense team is not going to pay for that witness to come and testify as if it's irrelevant to the trial. So that's some more fuck shit she's doing. She's saying that their defense team can't have that witness because it's irrelevant. She's saying that only a limited number of people can be in the courtroom. And she's issuing gag orders. This is sus as fuck. Absolutely not. Cindy said he did what any reasonable father would do to protect his child. Exactly.
Boom, 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 bop, bam.
I'm not above doing what he did in that situation. I could absolutely see myself doing that. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hey, Abellis. I'm so sorry about traffic. Are you doing okay? Is it cold up there where you're at? Hey, Ruth Ann. Hey, Lorianne. Oh my God, I'm so sorry about your friend. Don't worry about being late. If you need to go be with your friend, you go be with your friend, honey. I'm so sorry. You made it home. That's good. That's good. Damn, Lori, I'm sorry. It continues, however, Elmore granted a request from the defense team to consider the former FBI agent's testimony at a later date. The FBI agent's testimony is irrelevant. That's what the fuck we're saying about this. Wow. That's some fuck shit right there. That is some fuck shit right there. Allegedly popping off. Yeah, I'm allegedly popping off right now. That's absolutely facts. All right. So let me see how far I am from that case. I don't know if I could make it like I don't have the ability to sit there like all day, but I might could go. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. I'm an hour and a half away. About an hour and a half away. I might could go. It's not cold for us. It's 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, of course. I'm sorry to hear about your friend, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. That's awful. Okay, so we are going to talk about Gabrielle, Gabby, as they call her. Terrelonge, Gabby Terrelonge. I apologize. I do have a FOIA submitted on this case, and I have not gotten it back yet. I was hoping to have had it back before we went live today, but I don't. So we can at least get introduced to this case, and talk about it. Okay. UA said if you followed the Celeste Rivas case, the person who was rumored to be driving David's Tesla with the body was just arrested for failure to appear before the grand jury. Yep. We covered that briefly at the beginning just now. Hey, Cracker Jacks, good to see you. And everybody is real excited about him being arrested and being held without bond. But of course, he would be held without bond because he's being held for not appearing at court. So hold on just a minute. All right. So let's pull up this while I read this. Okay. I appreciate that. Maybe we can talk about it on allegedly Krama, or I can send people over there at the end. I can't talk about it here though. Which one is first? We need to go to We're Gonna Find You. All right. So this is hopefully this is the oldest one. I'm going to try to go to from oldest to newest because there's a lot on this case that we need to discuss. Yeah, there are always no bond on failure to appear. Sometimes you can get one, but it's not easy. So this is Gabrielle Terrelonge. Gabrielle Terrelonge was last seen getting off the bus with her mother. Her mother was at some point later arrested for shoplifting from Dollar Tree of all places. She goes to jail. The father or somebody figures out that there is a child that is missing. The father is out here trying to find his daughter, like real hard, and the mother will not speak on the situation. Darzilla said cold here in Tennessee was 50 yesterday, and the high today is 34, low is 18, and just getting colder every day with snow and ice on the way. That's what's going on here. It's supposed to be -1 one day next week. Y'all try to stay warm. All right. So let's learn a little bit about this case by watching this video real quick.
The search for a missing girl named Gabby continues. The investigation now shifting north towards Central Florida. And as we've been reporting, her mother is in the Broward County Jail while Gabby is nowhere to be found. NBC6's Ari Otzer joins us live with the latest this evening. Ari.
Well, Gabby's father is in Orlando right now. He accompanied police as they searched places where Gabby was known to have been taken by her mother, Passha Davis. Now, places we're talking about are like abandoned hotels, abandoned shopping centers, places where homeless people go because Gordon Terrelonge told us today that Davis was homeless by choice, often just taking off with Gabby from time to time. Now that everyone knows where she is, behind.
You know what this is already reminding me of? Melody Buzzard. Because why would the mother not say where the daughter is unless she has done something to the daughter? And why would you choose to be homeless unless there's some mental health aspects going on there? Hey, Rotaturi, good to see you. The father has come out and spoken. He said the mother also has schizophrenia. Thank you for that. I've got a couple of his interviews for us to go over. And that makes sense. This is already mimicking Melody Buzzard to me. Broward is 40 minutes south of me. Really? It will be -50 on the Canadian prairies next week. Wow, that's insane. So the mother has schizophrenia and chose to be homeless at times. Why? I wonder why she had the daughter. I mean, if the dad thought that she would never hurt the daughter, maybe that makes sense, but this isn't good. This already isn't good.
Behind bars, no one seems to know what happened to little Gabby.
Do me a favor, what's your name, ma'am?
I don't think it's fair to give up my name.
Passha Davis has been uncooperative from the start, and even after her second arrest, she has refused to say anything about what happened to Gabby or where she might be.
We're following leads in Orlando, and we're trying to find our last location.
Meanwhile, Gabby's father, Gordon Terrelonge, is with detectives in Orlando, searching all the places Passha and Gabby were known to have gone in the past. Are you feeling hopeless right now, or do you still have hope?
What kind of fucked up question is that? Lord Jesus, help us all. These damn interviewers.
What the hell? What the hell, Yante? What the hell, What the hell, Barry? What the hell?
Why the hell would you ask a father who is actively searching for his missing child, do you feel hopeless right now? Really? That's the first question I'm going to ask. Wow. Okay.
Hope. I have more hope today than I did last time we spoke. And last time we spoke, I was desperation, feeling like the worst. But there's a lot more hope today. And
Why?
I tell you this, because some of the information we got is good, and it should lead us to something.
Any information, please come forward, please.
Terrelonge also hopes by speaking at a news conference in Orlando this afternoon, pleading for help, someone might come forward with news about his daughter.
If she's out there and she can hear me now, we're gonna find you. Just hold on.
I was not at the scene of whatever you're saying. I'm not there.
Terrelonge says Davis holds the keys to unlock his misery.
It's the worst.
Could you imagine being the father of this child, knowing that your daughter is missing and that Passha, the mother, was the last one to see her, and the mother will not speak on where the child is? Like, I could not imagine the torment that he is going through. He went to the jail and asked her, begged her to please tell him where his daughter was. And from my understanding, she still won't, which again, just brings alarm bells considering what is going on with Melody Buzzard in that case, and what we found out the past couple of weeks with how Melody, unfortunately, was killed.
Worst feeling you could ever go through in life, where you just want to go in a corner and hide, but you can't. Or you just want to have somebody magically tell you what's going on and you don't know what to do about it,
Prosecutors say Davis, behind bars, is still not talking, not giving them any clues about what might have happened to Gabby or where she might be. Margate police told us today they are rechecking every lead that they've had in this case, and they are still hopeful that by shaking the trees, it will bear fruit and they will find Gabby somewhere safe and sound. We're live in Fort Lauderdale. Our realtor, NBC.
I hope to God they do find her somewhere safe and sound. So the search for the 10-year-old girl has shifted primarily to the Central Florida area, where the girl's father is going along with police as they hunt for clues. Gabby Terrelonge was last seen with her mother, Passha Davis, in June in Orlando. Davis is in the Broward County Jail charged with child neglect, but her daughter is nowhere to be found. And she's been uncooperative from the start, refusing to tell investigators what happened to Gabby or where she might be. Quote, "We're following leads in Orlando. We're trying to find her last location," unquote, said the girl's father on the Zoom call. He spoke with Margate police detectives. He spoke while the police detectives sat next to him. I apologize. And they said they searched places such as an abandoned hotel that Davis and Gabby were known to have used for shelter in the past, and that Davis was frequently homeless. I have hope. I have more hope today than I did the last time we spoke. And the last time we spoke, I was desperation, feeling like the worst. But there's a lot more hope today because some of the information we got is good, and it should lead us to something, but some type of information or clues as to know what really happened or where she is, her location or whereabouts. If she's out there and can hear me now, we're going to find you. Just hold on, he said. It's the worst feeling you can ever go through in life, where you just want to go in the corner and hide, but you can't. And you want to have someone magically tell you what's going on and you don't know what to do about it, you know? That statement right there says everything. I mean, this is the father that is completely beside himself and just trying to find his baby. Hey, Kalisa and Brady, good to see y'all. Thank you for being here. June is a very long time ago. Very long time ago, and that's not good. They said they're revisiting every lead, hopeful that shaking the trees will bring something out. All right, let's continue on down the list. So you saw a video of her arrest. This one came before that, but we needed to kind of get a background before I showed the video of her arrest. This is what I'm FOIA requesting, okay? So what happens is on October 16th, I do believe, is the date that she was arrested. And that's this video we're going to see here. I have FOIA requested that. And I had then on October 27th, I do believe it is, they go to the jail and they have an interview with her and they try to get her to tell them where her child is. I have FOIA requested that as well. Hopefully I'll get some information back on that. I'm still waiting right now. Content, good to see you. If I do get that, I will put it out in a video and we will review them again. I doubt this is the whole entire video, but we'll go ahead and look at it. This is the video of her allegedly being arrested for shoplifting at Dollar Tree. And I know I was kind of talking shit in the beginning. Makes sense if she's schizophrenia and frequently homeless by choice that she might steal from Dollar Tree. I apologize. 10 years old. Gabby is 10 years old. I had this stuff written down, but I'm using a scrap sheet of paper. And I, you know, we cover a lot of cases. Somebody sent this to me and brought it to my attention. I'm really very concerned because she hasn't been seen in so long. Cracker Jacks, it's good to see you, love. Oh yeah, if y'all don't mind, please click the thumbs up. Twinkle, twinkle, baby.
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, Star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle, baby. I know, right? Twinkle, twinkle. All right, let's watch this video of her getting arrested. Maybe if my internet wants to work. Oh, we got to add first. Oh, no.
Of a missing 10-year-old girl, Gabby Terrelonge. This is video from the day she was arrested by Margate police last month.
The mom, Passha Davis, refused to give police her name and said nothing about her daughter, who at this point...
I don't understand what, okay, I know I'm going to play it all the way through. Here's her missing poster. I don't understand why she was allowed to stay with the mother if the mother was homeless. Like, was she not in the CPS radar?
Davis refused.
Okay, so the remarks, her date of birth was June 25th of 2015. She has black hair. She's 4'8". She is a female. She's American. She was born in Florida. Her eyes are brown. She weighs 100 pounds and she is African American. Remarks is the Terrelonge family has ties to South and Central Florida and may be homeless.
Used to give police her name and said nothing about her.
That was in October. That was October 29th. So she had been missing from June and the missing poster was printed in October. That's not good at all. Of course. Of course. I always stay awake. Thank you for that. Miss King of Anything said all these parents that don't have to tell where their kids are. Shit don't make no fucking sense. And here you can see, I hate how it does it like black where it like tints it where you can't see. But this baby is sleeping on cardboard and a blanket, like in an abandoned area, it looks like, or a parking lot or something. What? Like, it looks like a parking garage almost, like in the side. This looks like the elevator, and that looks like it goes out to the parking garage. Why is this baby sleeping in this area? Like, and she's just allowed to keep the child? That don't make much sense to me.
daughter, who at this point had not been seen alive for months.
NBC6 investigator Tony Pipitone has been reviewing the video for what it shows and what it does not show.
Me
Tony.
too.
Yeah, and what it does not show is any hint that 34-year-old Passha Davis is concerned about the whereabouts of her daughter, Gabby. This, despite, as far as police say now, the little girl was last seen alive nearly 4 months earlier, getting off a bus with her mother in Orange County.
Stop right there. Margate Police.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Passha Davis seemed friendly at first until the handcuffs came out.
All right, do me a favor, put your hands behind your back. Right now, you're being detained pending a criminal investigation, okay?
That after this Margate Dollar Tree reported a shoplifter matching her description that October 17th afternoon. Her tone changed once asked a basic question.
What is your first name, ma'am?
A sigh, followed by silence, followed.
So she gets arrested, and it's only at that point that they pick up on the fact that her daughter is missing, and her daughter's been missing for 4 months. This is not looking good, y'all. Oh my God. That's not good at all.
Followed by defiance.
I'm not giving my information. I didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't catch me at the scene of the crime doing anything.
Police software.
She's not wrong. I mean, unless they got video evidence or they get stuff off of her person that's stolen.
Ended up revealing her identity, which she continued to deny. So, after Dollar Tree declined prosecution, she was charged with false identification and resisting without violence. What police didn't know was Davis also failed to reveal she had a 10-year-old daughter, Gabby Terrelonge, who hadn't been seen for months. Gabby's father reported her missing after learning Davis was arrested with no signs of their child.
She's covering something up. This is why she's not saying anything. Because something happened that no one can explain, whoever but Gabby, her, and whoever was there.
Gordon Terrelonge told police he hadn't seen Gabby since May. Mother and daughter would at times live on the streets not far from the Dollar Tree. But during the 13-minute video we obtained today, no mention of Gabby.
I don't think it's fair I give up my name.
Well, you have to.
I want a lawyer.
She would get a lawyer after bonding out and being rearrested on a new charge, child neglect, for allegedly putting Gabby in danger.
So they did arrest her for putting Gabby in danger by being homeless with her by choice. But why did the dad have to report the daughter missing? Like nobody came in. I don't understand how the police didn't know that she had a daughter that was missing. Like he had to find out she was in jail and then report her missing. And this child's been missing for months. It damn sure is. Miss King, if anything, said they can't just take the kids, even if they are homeless. In my city, we have homeless families and special school for kids. They get food and clothes. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I would think because there's homeless shelters, right? There's usually areas where if the child is homeless with the mother or father or both or whatever, like they can go and stay in the shelter, and in that shelter they're safe. And I would think there you can't take the children from the family because they are seeking, like they're in a homeless shelter. You know what I mean? But like just out on the streets and in parking garages and abandoned motels and things, I would think that you're putting the child in harm's way, and like they arrested her for neglect. That's what I would think. Like arrest for neglect because you're putting them in harm's way because you could go to a shelter where the child's safe. We all get upset when we watch shoplifters or those videos of people stealing, but white collar crimes still 50 times that in dollars and get no shame. You're right. I don't know why anyone would show a picture of their lip after making fun of someone else's lip. I don't either. We talk about trauma or drama on the allegedly Krama channel. And I went live over there earlier to talk about the barbecue granny situation. And since we're talking about that, well, no, we'll come back to that. I'll show you something in a minute on that.
His father, who unsuccessfully went to court to help his sister get custody of Gabby, can only fear how much danger she's in.
How did his sister have custody and now she doesn't anymore?
I took action, but I've faced so much failure in the last 2 years when it comes to getting Gabby from her that now I fear that I'm too late. I'm too late.
They and Passha herself told the court Passha Davis was schizophrenic, at times paranoid, and the video may show a hint of that.
I want to speak to the person in charge.
Look over there.
Why is that? You want to shoot me? Is that what it is? Is you guys got going on?
Oh, okay.
I'm speaking to him, not you. I want to speak to the actual sergeant.
She was speaking to the sergeant, who would soon send her on her way to jail.
And Davis remains there tonight in lieu of $100,000 bond, charged with child neglect. Her attorney's asking for her to have a psychiatric evaluation, while Gabby's other family, the police and the FBI, are left only with questions. Roxy.
This is not good. This is not good at all. Apparently, kids can be intent in Seattle. I'm guessing it's like that everywhere now. That's interesting. FLA, good to see you. There are virtually no shelters in Florida unless you're escaping domestic violence. Okay. Okay. Just went and subbed up on allegedly crime. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll show you this that I just got sent real quick on that. We'll break for a second before we get back into it because I don't have a lot for today. I just have, damn it, I just have that. Well, you know, this case to talk about, which I feel like we need to talk about, but hopefully they said it's a 13-minute video, so hopefully I can get that entire video soon. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, I talked about the barbecue situation and her coming from TikTok and trying to be accepted over here in the area where Granny already had an established community and trying to get everybody to support barbecue. But it's a lot. It's a lot in that stream that we talked about quickly. Oh, it's not there. I'd have to grab a screenshot. Well, there was a post made, and I'll read it to you, but you'll have to find it yourself. It says, well, since this is from Granny, it says, well, since I'm not under gag order, I'll go ahead and tell you how they did exactly what I said they would. They used the publishing of the amicus brief on X and the taunting of it on X, along with the entire docket being posted there, to file for an emergency evidentiary hearing within 7 days, seeking to gag order us again. They're keeping with the lie that the court was recorded, just not by us, but by associates. And now they're discussing about photos being taken that was had with pizza, despite the judge already being aware. Just another reason, way to cost money and attempt to delay the inevitable. But hey, breaking news, right? It's insane to me that, you know, this is the anti-slap. This case is supposed to keep this shit from happening, and that's exactly what's happening. Do you? So my thought process on that, and this will be the last thing I say on it over here, is that if Barbecue Lady wants support, why is she not getting her support off of TikTok, right? Because Granny's Watching is not going to TikTok and asking for support over there, demanding for half of the money that's raised over there, demanding half of the super chats. Why is Barbecue coming over here and do that? Not saying that she can't be supported over here. She can't, you know, go up on panels. Why? She even has a YouTube channel. Why is she not using her YouTube channel to drop her documents and talk about it herself if that's what she wants to do? Why is she not doing that on TikTok? Why does she got to come into Granny's community and use Queen Bee to do it? Yes, I got to get back to true crime. Let me stop it. I'm derailing. All right. So next would be November 26th, and we've got girl getting off the court. Okay, we're going to watch the girl getting off the bus from People, and then we're going to see what the mother said in court. So this reads, girl 10 years old was last seen getting off bus with mother in June, but mom now says she doesn't know where the daughter is. And there is Passha Bianca Davis's mugshot and Gabrielle Patricia Terrelonge, the missing 10-year-old. Authorities are searching for Gabrielle Patricia Terrelonge, 10 years old, who was last seen at the Florida Mall in Orlando in June with her mother, Passha Bianca Davis, who is 34. The girl's mother told authorities she thought Gabrielle was with her father. Authorities determined that Gabrielle was not with her father. Gordon Terrelonge, who reported her missing. A young Florida girl was last seen at a mall with her mother in June, has vanished, and now the woman says she has no idea where her daughter is, authorities allege. Gabrielle Patricia Terrelonge Tim was last seen getting off a Greyhound bus with her mother, Passha Bianca Davis, 34, at the Florida Mall in Orlando on the evening of June 30th, police say. The girl was reported missing by her father on October 29th after the father learned that Davis had been arrested in Margate on October 17th, shortly after the FBI issued a missing persons report. Broward County Crime Stoppers offered a $5,000 reward for anyone with information about Gabrielle's whereabouts, later raising it to $10,000.
A $5,000 reward is now being offered for information that can help locate 10-year-old Gabrielle Terrelonge. She was last seen on June 30th after arriving in the Central Florida area with her mother. The family often traveled between South and Central Florida, and the search has now expanded across multiple counties. Gabrielle is about 4 feet 8 inches tall and weighs around 100 pounds. She was last seen wearing a white t-shirt, black long pants, and white Crocs. If you have any information, call Broward Crime Stoppers at 95449-3-TIPS or dial **TIPS from your mobile device. Your call could bring her home.
So that was a $5,000 reward that's now being up to $10,000, and Passha could get out of jail if she just admitted where her daughter was. I'm with Tom, who says, I'm calling bullshit. The mother should always know where her daughter is. And I think she does. I'm worried that something horrific has happened. I'm worried that this is another Melody Buzzard case. Her case got no attention at first. I believe it. I believe it. I didn't even know about it until somebody sent it to me, unfortunately. Westside Crime Show, good to see you, love. I wish that I had known about it sooner so I could have got this out sooner. Really? I need to look those up. Let's see. We'll look them up in a minute. So it continues. Police body cam footage from October 17th shows Davis refusing to identify herself when she was stopped by Margaret police on suspicion of shoplifting, according to the news, which aired the footage. She was arrested and charged with unlawfully using a false name and resisting arrest, according to online court records. During the stop, Davis never mentioned that her daughter was missing. That led to an investigation about the girl's whereabouts, CBS News reports. During a jailhouse interview on October 31st, when investigators asked Davis about her daughter, she allegedly told them the girl was with her father. She was released from jail on a $200 bond, online court records show. Days later, on November 4th, Davis was arrested and charged with child neglect without great bodily harm, online court records show. According to an arrest report obtained by CBS News, Gabrielle's father, Gordon, let me write down that last name so I can make sure to look him up correctly, Terrelonge, told police he hadn't seen his daughter since May. Davis remains held in a Broward County jail on a $100,000 bond. Davis appeared in court in South Florida after being ordered on November 19th to undergo a mental health evaluation and made an obscene gesture when she saw TV cameras in the courtroom, NBC6 reports. During the hearing, the judge told Davis the court was awaiting the results of the evaluation. Quote, various parties have some concerns on how you've been doing from a mental health standpoint, the judge explained. On November 19th, Gordon Terrelonge begged the public for help at a press conference, saying, quote, he was, quote, desperate, unquote, to find her. Quote, I'm begging from the bottom of my heart. He said, I just want to find my daughter. I want her to come home. With his daughter still missing, Terrelonge said he is not looking forward to the holiday season. Quote, there's no holiday for me unless we find her, unquote, he said at a press conference. Davis's public defender did not immediately respond to their request to talk to her. She has conditions and must turn over the child for release. And she's not doing that because, I mean, that tells me that the child could no longer be with us. So let's see. Hold on just a minute. Let's see what we've got on it as far as videos and on YouTube. I want to see this press conference. Yeah, I saved this one. I think that's the full. Let's watch this.
I'm here to talk about my missing daughter, Gabby Terrelonge. If anybody has heard anything or can give us any whereabouts or seen them anywhere, please, I beg. I'm begging from the bottom of my heart. I just want to find my daughter. I want her to come home. If she's out there and she can hear me now, we're gonna find you. Just hold on. If anybody can help with any information, anything, please contact the sheriff department or contact this number.
Hey, Stephanie, good to see you.
954-493-8477.
It was 954-493-8477. If anybody has any information. ERFLA. Thank you so much for the information on this case. I appreciate your help. Crackerjack said there's a huge gap in the system between CPS and parents with mental health issues. If the parent wants the best for their child, they shouldn't have issues with that. It's a safeguarding network. I agree. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Stephanie, it's good to see you.
There's a missing reward for any whereabouts. Please let us know. It's a nightmare, but a headache at the same time because I was looking for them. I've been looking for them for the past 3-4 months, but I also had a court protective order to stay away from them from a case we have in March that put me in jail. So pretty much I was seen with them in May trying to get them off the streets, and she's been eluding me. She got the police involved again. That's how I can stop her.
You know, that's a hard place to be in because he's trying to keep him off the streets. They could have been fighting. There could have been some domestic issues going on. He's ordered to keep away, and I'm sure he feels slighted, right? Because he's put in jail. He's ordered to keep away from them because of actions that, like, because the mother said she wanted him to stay away from them, and then now the daughter's missing. That, man. That's hard. Hey, Carolina, good to see you, love. Okay, Scratch the Pain. I'll definitely check it out. I appreciate it. Crackerjack said, we've seen so many children come to tragic ends where parents have significant mental health issues. CPS is a safeguarding network. PS had mental health issues, so not saying parents can't. Many can, and they do it well. I'm bipolar, and I don't take pharmaceuticals for that. I take essential oils. And a lot of people can, but you've got to keep these children safe. If you're schizophrenic, I don't understand how she's on medication but choosing to be homeless. Because it did say she was choosing. If it wasn't her choice, okay. I mean, but again, this is the second time in the past couple of months that we're hearing about a parent being held in jail because they won't tell where their daughter is. This is a fucking problem. This is an issue that we've got to keep from happening before it fucking happens. And the father talks about holding out hope, but he also says, I fear I might be too late. Because again, if we're going to think logically, if we're going to speculate, but think logically at the same time, why would the mother not say where her child is and get out of jail and possibly make $10,000 in the process by telling them where she is if the child was alive? If nothing nefarious had happened, the child was fine, safe, and with a friend, the mother would have said that, in my opinion, and be out of jail. There's only 2 reasons that I can think of that she would not say anything and not admit to what happened to the child or where the child is at to get out of jail. And that is if the child is no longer with us on this earth, or if the child was traded for some type of monetary gain. Now, I say that being, speculating. I'm a true crime channel. I am by no means going to solve this case. I do want to share her picture, and I will make a post of it later because I don't think she is in my missing children's video. So I will put it out, her missing poster, on a post. And I just ask that you guys continue to share it because she could be out there. We don't know yet. We haven't found her. However, his sister had custody. What happened there? Great question. I haven't figured that out either. Like maybe because there was some domestic issues, the dad got it to where, hey, look, neither one of us can take care of her. Can you please give custody to my sister? And then he references visitation. There was visitation issues. So even though the sister had custody, I'm assuming the mother had visitation, and maybe it was during one of those times that this happened. The mother wouldn't be eligible to collect. Well, yeah, you're right. But either way, she'd be out of jail, right? Thank you for the correction. The child is dead or she is sold or been traded. I agree. Yep. If she would admit, like I would, as a law enforcement officer, I would be like, look, I'll let you out of jail and give you the reward money if you tell me where she's at. But there's not too many people that are going to choose to sit in jail. Now she's got some mental health issues, so maybe she's okay and she's choosing to sit there. I don't know. There have been a DB incident, but he still had rights to see the kid. Okay, thank you for that, ERFLA. I think Carolina's behind. All right, let's see what else he has to say.
She's a very outgoing girl, very vibrant. She likes to have fun, but she is shy too. She's very shy. She wouldn't just talk to anyone, but she talks to other kids. She's very smart. She likes the color pink.
True.
Bright pink. That's her favorite color. She likes to eat Funyun chips. She likes pizza.
As somebody who was once addicted to substances, I have said, I'm going to go out and do this, and if I get caught, fuck it, I'll have 3 hots and a cot, and that's better than what we've got right now. I have said that out loud before in my life. So I definitely get the point that you're making. Some people prefer jail because that's 3 hots and a cot. I definitely get the point that you're making with that because I've been there. However, without the ability to check on your daughter if she is with somebody to make sure she's still safe, and again, the mental health aspect, if you're schizophrenic and you're in an episode, she might be thinking that somebody's trying to track her daughter or could be tracking her daughter. I can't see you saying I prefer to stay in jail rather than tell where my child is, unless, the schizophrenia aspect, and she feels like somebody's going to take her and traffic her, and she can't tell law enforcement where she's at, which is what we kind of hope with Melody Buzzard. Maybe I'm biased or slighted because I really hope that case would turn out different, and this case mimics it so much. You're good, baby. You're good. You got to work tonight in this mess, Tom. You be safe out there. You be safe out there, dude.
She wants to be a princess. She thinks just like a normal 9-10-year-old girl. She's 10 now. She just turned 10 June 25th, that's when I figured she was missing because I was looking for her since June. So, yeah. Well, the last memory with me and my daughter was I was ordered by Osceola County to stay away from them. So when that happened, I fought and plead, but then I had to do exactly what the court order was. And I end up running into them hours later. And the last moments I had with my daughter, she was happy, energized. Her mom was out of it. And me and her had a brief second to talk, but it wasn't really much. And
so he was ordered to stay away from them, from the daughter, or from just the mother because of whatever domestic issues. Like, I'm not quite grasping that. He still had visitation rights with the daughter, correct? I'm thinking. Sadly, it probably won't be a good outcome. There's a lot of waterways. I hope she's just being overly paranoid and the child is okay, but yeah, it's not looking good. I think the father even thinks it's not looking good, but he's holding out hope. Tony is intubated. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, love. From both of them is what I took from it while she was in her custody. Okay. He had visits. Okay, okay. Thank you.
Because I didn't want to go back to jail or to really jeopardize myself from what I went through. I pretty much had to leave. So that was the last moments I had with my daughter. It wasn't much, but it was enough for me to remember.
Yeah.
Well, I'm from Orlando. I lived in Orlando for maybe the past some odd years, maybe 7 or 8. But I originally worked for the Miami-Dade Fair in Miami and traveled with them. So I also, before I lived in Orlando, I lived down south, and she's from there. We met each other down there in South Florida. From the experience of us living in Kissimmee and living in Orlando and the East Side, we live a couple of locations out here. So she's just going back to what she knows. She's not.
That makes sense. I mean, if they've been together for all this time, she's going back to the people, places, and things that are familiar, which is good if you're talking about trying to locate the child. But the fact that you've been to those places and looked, and it's been, a while, like this was October. The most recent date I have on anything was December 11th. She got new charges. So we're going on several months now that they have been checking the people, places, and things that are familiar. 8 months. Thank you for that, ERFLA. 8 months that he has been checking the places that are familiar and the places that she's known to go, and nothing. So that could be good or it could be bad. He definitely needs some prayers. Definitely needs some prayers. He does, and your friend does. And thank you guys for keeping Lorianne in your prayers. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You've just been going through it, haven't you? I know you had some other things going on here recently. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. My goodness, love. You hold in there. You stay strong, Lori. I'm sorry.
She's not doing anything she hasn't done. She just doesn't have nowhere to go. Well, it was Kissimmee, because we lived in by St. Cloud. We lived in St. Cloud, and we also recently lived in Celebration. So that was the main reason why she'd come back, because she knows a lot of people there, and she knows she can get help without me. But yeah, that's about it.
People, places, and things that are familiar. Lord, hearing him say Kissimmee, St. Cloud, Orlando brings back memories from the Madeline Soto case for sure. Kat, good to see you. See something, say something. We need to do better protecting kids. Hey, Kelly, Disdelicious, good to see you. Hey, Abraham, I've been waiting for you to come in. Abraham said, this is very close to me. I'm only 30 minutes from FTL. That's crazy, Abraham. Have you heard of this case? I've been waiting for you to come in. It's good to see you.
That's the last time she went to school was South Florida in Pompano, and it was only for a couple of weeks because her mom, she has this attachment where she was used to homeschooling her, me and her both, but I tried to transition her into regular school, and it didn't work out for the mom. The mom couldn't agree with it. No, it was 2022. Her whole life, pretty much. Her whole life. Since 4 years old, 3, we both took turns. We buy her for each grade, we buy her the book for each grade and go through everything, which grade she's supposed to know.
So she was being homeschooled and stayed under the radar. How was she eating? Like, if you're homeless and you're homeschooling, how was she eating every day? I know there's facilities and things that you can go to. It's interesting. I mean, and I wonder if the schizophrenia part played a role into homeschooling. I think he said she tried, but the mother could never agree to it. That's interesting. Yes, St. Cloud is where Maddie was. Yep.
And were you able to speak to her mom while she was in jail?
Yes.
How did that go?
Not the way I wanted, but at the same time, we got a good amount of information, because far as that point, I'm thinking my child is probably somewhere no one can find. So I mean, as long as she is telling us something, we know that there's hope. You know,
That's good.
no, she gave that story because of she's afraid of DCF. She's let me tell you something. Passha has been running around for the past 8 years. Only 2 years of Gabby's life has she stayed situated in a house or a household for 2 years straight. Every other year, she's lived with me, she lived with my mom, she lived with my sister, and every time we try to get her comfortable, she finds a way to get up and go. And that's just her. That's what she wants to do. No one is forcing her to do anything. This is how she's been for a while. No one can really tell her what to do, but we try and try, even to this day. I mean, she could have found me when I was looking for her. She knew where to find me. She knew exactly where I was. Before this year, she'd always come to my job, find me, and say she need help. So this time, she's definitely doing something else.
That's concerning. That's really concerning that she would always seek him out for help before, but now she's not. That makes me think it's because something horrible happened and she's trying to hide it. Thank you guys for praying for Lori Ann's friend. Good to see you one sunny day. Listening and driving can only text at a red light. Hello, hello, Abraham. Hello. They will tell her what to do in jail. You're absolutely right. Like she will have a strict schedule and she will be told what to do in jail. She'll also be put on medication. So if she has a problem with authority, which it sounds like she does, and she knew the location of her daughter, I think she would tell unless something bad has happened. It could be good that she is on medication because maybe that will make her better mentally and maybe she will tell where she is if she's alive, but it's been a minute too that she's been on medication and she still ain't telling. I'm assuming that they put her on medication for the schizophrenia.
Oh yeah, she's schizophrenic. I don't know how she became schizophrenic, but I know that there was a time period for between 2021 and 23 where she was pregnant and she had a stillbirth. And when she had stillbirth, I guess it did something to her or whoever she was with, it caused her to have schizophrenia. Now, her schizophrenia, she never told me about. I end up finding out the truth that she had schizophrenia of last year, June of last year. And when I found out, the day I found out, she left the state and moved to California to get treatment from her brother, help from her brother. She didn't want me to find out. So I found out over the phone, basically, that.
I mean, what he's describing happened would be PTSD from the stillbirth, not schizophrenia. We have the Nick Reiner case where Nick Reiner, the son of the actors, he just killed them in a horrific frenzy that was probably methamphetamine induced. But he's been diagnosed with schizophrenia, and a lot of people are questioning or saying, or there's some doctors that are saying it could be because of meth psychosis, mimicking basically schizophrenia, and that once they're not on meth anymore, that it might not actually be schizophrenia. I'm wondering if something like that could be going on here, or if she really is schizophrenic. I don't understand how a stillbirth would make you schizophrenic. Like even trying to throw in a bunch of like really horrific situations at that time, like an abusive partner or something, it still would be PTSD, not schizophrenia. So how did a stillbirth and shit going on at that time make her schizophrenic? The other thing I got from that is she's got a brother in California. So she's got ties to California. Has anybody checked California to try to locate Gabby? Yep, it was Basil. It was Basil. UA Crimson said trying to get on the right meds is a different story, though. Yeah, you're right about that. They could be putting her on different meds and trying to find the right one, because that's another issue in the Nick Reiner story. You're absolutely right. Unfortunately, even in jail, she has the right to refuse medication. Really? I thought they would make her take it. That's interesting. Maybe she wasn't. She could have been just not diagnosed before that. Yep, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Oh yeah, Basil is my rabbit. Yeah, you don't just have it like that. It is genetic. Could she be sectioned, choice to refuse taken away for her own well-being? Schizophrenia is a serious mental health issue. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like they would force her to. I don't know though. Like 5150, but in jail. 5150.
She's schizophrenic, hearing voices. She finally admitted it to me. And I didn't know the whole time. I didn't know she was hearing voices, but I knew something was different with her. She wasn't the same person for a while.
Whenever you talk with Passha, does she ever say when she last saw Gabby?
She says that she's supposed to be with me, and when she says Gabby's supposed to be with me, that's a clear sign that something bad happened. Every time she brings up me and it's a question directly to her, it's pointing the finger the other way because something bad happened.
So yeah, what he's saying is she won't admit. She's saying that Gabby's supposed to be with him because he thinks something bad happened and she don't want to admit it, which makes sense. Unless court ordered, she can refuse meds in jail. And the court's not going to order it because it's a violation of her rights unless she's in there and people's safety is at risk. So unless she's putting people's safety at risk, more than likely she's not being forced to take the medication, which isn't good. You're absolutely right. Get the front postpartum depression or PTSD or separate diagnoses, but can be had by the same person. Yeah. It's good to see you, Caroline. I'm glad you're here. Can't force you, and Baker Act is only 72-hour hold. Yep, you are right. Looks like I have a giant veiny wiener on the wall behind me. I got to see this. Hold on. Where's the giant veiny wiener? I got to see this. I don't see it. Nope, wrong one. Hold on. I don't see it. I don't see it. I see this is Alice. I don't want to make y'all sick. See, that's Alice. Look, my camera's moving. Hold on. I don't see the wiener though. All right, let me pull this back up. Squirrel brain.
I talked to her directly, and I didn't want to hear
Purple
any of the
crown
lies
sauce.
because even if you're giving lies, my daughter is missing. I just want to know, how do you feel about that? And the way
Okay, it's
she
her arm.
reacts
Okay.
is a dead feeling. It's something I never seen before from her.
Did she ever act like this before?
Never, never. I have never seen her act like this before. So this is what raised my concern even more. But I was already concerned because she was hiding for 3 months. Think about that. I have a court order, and I had people spotting her, telling me, I seen your daughter and I seen her. I go over there, she's nowhere to be found. So I'm thinking she'll come to my job. That's why I went back to South Florida, because I heard she was there. I didn't work at the place anymore, but I'm thinking she'll come to my old job like she's done in the past looking for me. Never did.
How did you find out that Passha was?
And he's gonna know her better than anybody. So if he's like, I figured she would come to my job looking for me, and she never did. That's why he thinks something bad has happened, because he knows her better than anybody. So for her to say, she should be with him, and she never came to his job, that he knows that something bad more than likely happened. Crimson said you can go beyond the Baker Act though and still 6404 our equivalent here in Tennessee, where it extends beyond that. We can sometimes force patients to take their meds under certain conditions. Like I would think that if they could force her to take her meds, they would. Y'all all saw the wiener. Everybody wants to see the wiener. I might have moved the camera. She said it might be her arm. This is her arm. It could be because it's like an acid trip type of thing. And then there's one over here, but I don't think you can see that one.
Well, every night I'd go on my phone and Google and I type in both their names just to see if anything comes up. And after a month or two of doing this, I called my mom and I said, "Can you help me?" And she said, "Well, you gotta do this, take the hard road, because the easy route doesn't work out for you." So I took the hard route and I said, "I'm gonna take care of myself," because everyone that I got involved, it didn't help. So after a certain while, I went back to the old way of feeling desperate, and I went on the online and I searched her name and I seen she was in jail.
I feel really bad for him because he's trying to find her and trying to kind of protect, I think, the mom too, and just trying to locate his daughter. And then he finds out she's in jail, and that's when he reports the daughter missing. Yeah. Hannah said, we have covert medication for our patients that won't take them, but lots of hoops to jump through in order to get covert. Covert is in food or drink. ERFLA said, not here. She'd have to be a danger to herself. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to move the camera again. Hold on. I can't move it too much. It's on a stand now. I got to stand for it. They're saying the arms look like a giant wiener. I don't know. It was from far away, I guess, is what they're saying. Okay. Mrs. North said, we all like to think it's easy, but getting any kind of help for anyone who doesn't want it is really hard. And I could believe that. I could believe that. It probably would be if they don't want the help. You can't help somebody who doesn't want the help. Abraham said, I had a Baker Act, a good friend of mine several years ago who was going through some challenges with opiate addiction. Did they want the help or they didn't want the help and you were able to Baker Act them? Because I know you're in Florida. I'm happy to hear that he's out there talking with the media and getting his daughter and his statement face out in the public. He's a really good daddy, praying for his little girl's safe return. Absolutely, Carolina. It's something we don't see as often as we should either. And I really hope that she returns and that he gets her back. Hopefully, with this case getting some more attention now and more eyes on it, somebody will have seen her.
No, well, yeah, right now as we speak, yes.
You're not aware of the time that, I know you said you give us more orders, so sometimes there'll be gaps in the you're not aware of any of the time.
Oh, Lori, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I reported her missing before. I reported her missing in 22. And this time she was in 2022, she went missing and was pregnant, 6 months pregnant. I reported her missing to the same Margate police.
Lori Ann, I'm so very sorry, honey. If you need to leave, go ahead and leave. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened. I would take a break from this stream right now if you, with all that going on. I'm very, very sorry you're going through that. You definitely need to take a break, I would think. I'm so sorry that happened. He said he had to report Passha missing in 2022 when she was 6 months pregnant. I'm assuming it wouldn't be her because we're not in 2032 now, and she's 10 years old. So Passha goes missing in 2022, 6 months pregnant. He has to report her missing, and now the daughter's missing. This is a conundrum.
Yep, the same person. She was missing with my daughter and was pregnant at the time in 2022. And then I end up finding them on my own.
Yeah.
I got a tip.
I'm sorry.
In Coconut Creek. And then I had to call Margate and said I found them.
So they went missing. She went missing while she was pregnant with the daughter. He reported them missing, and then he got a tip, found them in Coconut Creek, and had to call the police and say, I found them. So he's hoping that that's exactly what's going to happen again. But with her saying, he has her, he knows that it's probably not good. In order to get a DOLS, an independent professional has to deem them as lacking mental capacity to make decisions to keep them safe. Damn. I'm very sorry, Lori. And everybody else is too. I'm so sorry.
This situation is a little bit different. It's a little bit different because usually she's found with Gabrielle. You found her without Gabrielle. So now we have a missing report on my daughter alone. So it's a different situation. Before she was with the mother and she was pregnant. So, you know, we was concerned about what happens when she gives birth. Who's gonna watch Gabby? When she went to jail, my concern was, where's Gabby? You're in jail. Who's watching Gabby? See the different scenario.
Damn.
Well, they're telling me there's hope, and we definitely have leads, and we definitely are doing something. They're doing something about it, and best believe that she's somewhere. We just need to continue to search.
Could you talk more about the places that she might be, or the places that Passha would go? So you said he used to live in Kissimmee. Like, where specifically do you think people could keep a better eye out?
Well, I would say honestly, everywhere in Florida at this point, because we're going over. But we're going over every location that possibly we could think of. So if that's the case, we need to go up every location, period. Because at this point, we're still looking. So, I mean,
She's got to be in the Orlando area, though. They took a Greyhound bus, got off the bus at the mall in Orlando, and she's been missing from around that time, I'm assuming. So somewhere in that Tri-County area, I would think, because if she traveled much further than that, there would be some type of record, some type of ticket purchase or camera or something. Like, she just disappears from the mall and is not seen again on any kind of camera, yet they're staying outside where there's traffic cameras everywhere. That's weird to me.
it doesn't hurt to look for any little bit of help, or to look places we haven't looked.
But there weren't friends who live around here who saw Gabrielle.
Well, I know people know our family, like they seen all three of us together, so they know us well by us together. But if they seen her alone, a lot of people don't really know her. We don't have that many friends. But if they seen her alone, they could pick her out, because, I mean, she's not really like, I mean, unless we're together, I mean, it doesn't really matter. They'll pick her out pretty well. I mean, they'll see if someone had to see something.
Yeah.
I just feel like even if we don't find her in Orlando, doesn't mean she's not going to be found. So maybe if we could get any clues or hints from anywhere, that would be the best thing right now.
Yeah.
Until I find Gabby. Honestly, I wherever I feel is best.
I can't hear what that question was. There's woods and water everywhere. It's not like on TV. June, getting off of a Greyhound bus at the mall. June of, I think, this year, and she was reported missing the end of October. Carr said, yeah, but think of the Orlando area. There was a huge pedo ring shut down there that went from Tampa to New York to Turkey. True. Damn, that's not good. Coast surrounded by open water, yep. Yeah, port states, port areas are bad for that.
Location where she could be is where I'm going to be.
I guess. That's what they said. Hey, Indy.
Gabby? Yes. Gabby, she knows who her father is. She knows who I am. She knows her grandmother. She knows her aunt. She knows us. And if she was out there by herself, I'm pretty sure she'll go to somebody and say, I need to talk to my father. I need to find my father. She'll say it just like that. I know her. That's the scary part, that she hasn't done it yet.
Hey, Julie.
What's it like with the holidays coming up?
I'm trying not to think about it. There's nothing really to think about. It's just, there's no holiday for me. There's no holiday. What holiday?
Yeah, without his child. I get that. No, there's no port in Orlando, said ER Florida. Good to see you, Julie. This isn't good. 8 fucking months ago. And she would know her father. If she walked up to a stranger, she would say, I need to talk to my father. Because again, that's where her and her mama go when they need help. Her mama always went to go see her daddy. So she would know, I need to get to my daddy. I need to see my daddy. And that's not happening. And mom can get out of jail, I'm assuming, if she just admits where the baby is, where the 10-year-old girl is, and she's not. This isn't good.
I have nothing to look forward to at this point, unless we find her. Thank you. Appreciate you. If anybody has any whereabouts, they know any whereabouts where my child could be, or anything, any information, please come forward, please. I'm speaking in a position of a father that is desperate, need help right now. Any help I can get to find her location.
Damn.
Please help us if you can. If you know how that is, having a child and not wanting to not see them again, then you will understand that this is serious, you know?
Damn. That's hard. He just wants his baby to come home. So I got 2 more articles on this. And I keep clicking on the wrong there. There you guys are. The cruise port is an hour away on the coast. Okay. Yeah, I got 2 more articles on this we're going to go through. My brother and myself had to agree to sign for my sister, but they were fully informed and they have say. No, there wasn't a way. I had it turned all the way up, but I know it was really low. And I'm sorry, it was hard to hear. Carr said he's so much nicer than I am. I'd get angry at those asinine questions. You seriously asking me about the holidays while my baby is missing? Right. All right, this one is talking about where he confronted her in jail. It says, missing Margaret girl's father said he confronted her mother in jailhouse visit. Let's back this up and see what they have to say. They might be going over the phone.
For me to find some truth.
Hold on, this is a new one. Let me make it big.
Hoping for me to find some truth. Like, I just want to find something, anything.
The father of a girl missing since June confronted that girl's mother at the Broward County Jail yesterday looking for answers in the disappearance of Gabby Terrelonge, but his plea did not work.
Ari Otzer joins us from the detention facility in Pompano Beach with the latest on a story we broke here on NBC6 a month ago.
So Gordon Terrelonge says he came here yesterday hoping that Gabby's mother would feel some emotion, that maybe she would understand the gravity of the situation and then spill the beans about where Gabby might be. But he says that did not happen. Passha Davis received a jailhouse visitor on Thanksgiving Day.
I was hoping that maybe, you know, she would care that, you know, she's out there and everyone's worried, you know.
Gordon Terrelonge's 10-year-old daughter, Gabby Terrelonge, has been missing for months. She was last seen with her mother, Passha Davis, in June. Davis is currently in jail on a child neglect charge. She was homeless, and Gabby was sleeping in an alleyway last year. In his quest to find his daughter, Terrelonge is convinced Davis knows where she is.
There's only so many, like, he's saying, you know, he went to that jail and cried to her and begged for her to please tell him where she was so he could go and help her like he always had in the past. And she's not telling. This isn't good. This is fucking Melody Buzzard all over again. Right. Maybe in Tampa, maybe. I am in Miami. We have lots of ports here because of the tons of cruises that depart from Miami. Maybe. Yeah, just a couple of days ago, as far as I know, I got sent a Nancy Grace episode on it. So just a couple of days ago, unless you lived in the area, and I'm sure they put these on the news, this was around the holidays.
went there to try to get answers because, I mean, I really don't understand the holidays right now because, you know, things are not right. It actually ruined the day for me, to be honest. It was like terrible.
She didn't give up any information that might give you a clue as to where Gabby might be.
No, not at all.
Did she show any emotion at all when you're asking her, where is Gabby? I can't find Gabby. Any emotion at all?
Yeah, she showed emotion. She showed anger.
Terrelonge was angry too.
She showed anger at the fact that he was asking her where his child is. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Tampa's 2 hours away. You're 45 minutes to an hour from Tampa, and it has ports. Carolina said, oh my God, I can't even imagine one of my granddaughters going missing. This is heartbreaking. It really is. Just like Casey Anthony's parents went to jail to beg her. I don't either. I don't either.
Furious, he said,
Maybe
when he left
visit.
the jail.
My anger is not going to, you know, solve anything.
What were your hopes of going to the jail on Thanksgiving Day? What were you hoping would happen?
Hoping for me to find some truth. Like, I just want to find something, anything.
Do me a favor. What's your name, man?
Damn.
I don't think it's fair to give up my name.
Davis has been uncooperative from the start. The court is waiting on a psychiatric evaluation. Terrelonge is wondering why Davis, who he says has always been overprotective of Gabby, is just shrugging off her disappearance.
Like, I don't know how she's not worried by her being in a dangerous situation and not say anything. That wouldn't make sense to me, and it still doesn't. But, you know, we live in a crazy world. Who knows?
Terrelonge says.
So she's always been overprotective of her, so that might be why they felt like it was okay, even though she was homeless, for the little girl to have visits with her. Because she's always been overprotected. And then again, the fact that she was always overprotective, but now doesn't seem to care about where the child is not a good sign either. She does look like her daddy. Not far from Casey, really. Are there any digital footprints or camera footage? That's what I'm wondering. Like, you got in trouble for her sleeping in an alley. That tells me they were out on the street where there's cameras everywhere. Like, we can't go back and check the camera footage. We have the footage of her getting off of the Greyhound bus at the mall. That's the last time the girl is seen, Gabby. We can't trace it back from there with license plate reader cameras in the area and see what we see and like kind of track it down to where we last see her. Yeah, I think she did something. Damn.
Davis is sticking to her version of events, that she supposedly gave Gabby to him back in July, and that he's the one who should be in jail, not her.
Right.
Now, as we've been reporting, several police agencies are.
Hold on. She said he should be in jail, not her. Oh, because she's saying he had the daughter.
Back in July, and that he's the one who should be in jail, not her.
Wait a minute. Back in July. Hold on. I missed that.
It wouldn't make sense to me, and it still doesn't. But, you know, we live in a crazy world. Who knows?
Terrelonge says Davis is sticking to her version of events, that she supposedly gave Gabby to him back in July, and that he's the one who should be in jail, not her. Now,
July, back in July. So July is going to be probably the time that the girl goes missing and falls off the map. That makes sense that they only hold it for so long. Hannah said, I hope with all my heart she's safe, but my head tells me the ending won't be happy. That's, yeah. Face scanners at the border of Mexico. Remember her dad? Yep, I remember that. It's not an upscale area, but by the time it was reported, the recordings were gone. That makes sense. Just the facts, good to see you. Being homeless in Florida, I am worried she got offered money or drugs for her. God, I hope not. But if she did, we can still find her. Like, at least she would be alive, you know?
as we've been reporting, several police agencies are investigating this case. Margate Police, the FBI, authorities up in Orlando. They gave Terrelonge a polygraph, and we're told they believe that he's telling the truth. We're in Pompano Beach. Our Riyadh's NBC6 News.
All right, this was the most recent video or article that I have on this situation, and it was from December 11th. And it reads that there was new charges filed on the mother. This was December 11th. So it reads, Passha Davis, the mother of missing 10-year-old Gabby Terrelonge, has been charged with concealing the location of a minor and providing false information to law enforcement. Gabby Terrelonge was last seen near the Florida Mall in June, but her father reported missing her in October. Davis has pled not guilty to the charges and is currently held without bond in Broward County Jail. Court records indicate that Davis refused to appear at her arraignment on December 8th. Prior to these new charges, she had been charged with child neglect without bodily harm. You can see what this, I don't know if this is, I think that's just a photo of her. It appears at some point she had a room, she had a bed, and she was happy. Best case scenario is some little old lady who doesn't watch TV took her in and is taking care of her. Yeah. I know. That would be so nice. Let's see if I can pull them real quick. We might, I'm going to have to go because I do have to cook dinner soon, but I can work on getting these documents. And I can put them on Patreon and we can go over them tomorrow. Hold on. Trying to see if I can just locate anything real quick. Let's go to February 2025 to, oh no. Yep. So she got charged on November 4th with neglect of a child with no bodily harm. She also got charged with removal or remove or conceal a minor against orders, and that's because she didn't have custody of the child, and she's not supposed to remove or conceal her. False information to law enforcement, missing persons, or FEL, which I would think is felonious, but that was October 28th of 2025, and then December 8th, there was a warrant inactive and they added a charge. December 5th, she had 3 arrests, which means they basically brought her down and arrested her. And then she pled not guilty and is asking for a jury trial. This says refusal. I'm wondering if she's refusing medicine. Inmate refusal. Defendant was told by BSO witnessing deputy and Broward Sheriff's Office witnessing deputy and Broward Sheriff's Office witnessing supervisor, officer in charge, that a court appearance is mandatory and defendant must attend the scheduled court proceeding today. Defendant disobeyed Broward Sheriff's Office order and refused to go to court. Defendant stated below is the reason for the refusal. Quote, inmate stated she pled no contest in open court. They're not listening to her. She said she's not coming back. That was the 25th of December, or 29th, excuse me, I apologize. Yeah, so we've obviously got documents on the case that we'll go over tomorrow because I do have to, let me write that down and see, because I would like to get some affidavits. Email me if you want to. I'll have my mods work on it and see what we can pull. Because my mods help me with that stuff. I'd like to get the arresting affidavit and see what we can pull. Abraham said, ma'am, how can you go blame the dad, but you're the one lying to law enforcement? Great. Exactly.
Boom, 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 bam.
And she's had the dad up on charges, but he allegedly always helped her out, and she would always come to him when she needed help. I mean, and then she didn't this time. This is, I mean, it just doesn't sound good. It doesn't look good. And I'm greatly concerned. I'm also greatly concerned because I'm almost out of Red Bull and it's about to snow. I got to go to the store, y'all. I don't have money for Red Bull. But I do got to go get some gas, so we have gas for the generator. All right, y'all. Thank you, Abellis, for dropping my email. I'm going to go for the day. Yeah, of course, Lori, and I'm so sorry for everything that you're going through. I couldn't imagine. You know, it was very hard for me when I lost my dad and people that I cared about very much in my life, and I'm so sorry you're going through that. Isn't that where Sheriff Grady Judd comes from? I think so. No, he's Polk County, I think. But I wrote it down. I think he's Polk County. We'll pull him. Yeah, you got to get to the grocery store and get what you need. Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, he's from Polk County. That's what I thought. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah. You guys stay safe out there. I will keep you guys posted on what the weather's doing, and as long as there's not a storm out, we'll go over those documents tomorrow and see what else we can pull too. Now that we've heard what the father says, I appreciate Gordon Terrelonge being out here and fighting for his daughter in the way that he is, speaking to the media and just trying to keep her information out here. I hope to God she's found and that she's safe. All right, y'all, I'm going to go because I really need to get started on dinner. That's what I thought. Thank you for that. You guys stay safe out there. If you're traveling, try to get where you need to get and be safe doing it. If nobody's told you, you are enough. You are important. You are special, and you are very loved. Try to stay safe. Try to stay warm, and I will see y'all tomorrow as long as I have electricity. Until then, I hope y'all have a good night. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Love you. Bye.